gangrene actually. Gangrene was incomplete. Now today gas gangrene. Other topic is gas gangrene. Are you able to audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is gas gangrene? Definition.
Sir, disturbance వస్తుంది sir.
Why? That's why I'm asking. Is it audible and visible? Hello? Hello?
Sir.
Now it's okay?
Okay,
Is it
sir.
okay? Still some people to join, huh? So gas gangrene, that is nothing but you can say gangrene is kotha. We have told already this is gas gangrene. It's also a type of gangrene only, where there will be tissue destruction. In addition to that, there will be already, as I told, a saprophytic and putrefying bacteria also will be there in this. Here, the definition. Write down the definition. Is it audible? Is it audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a rapid spreading. This is a.
Sir.
Again disturbance.
Sir.
I don't know why it is happening. Hello? Now it's okay?
Okay, sir.
This is a rapid spreading infective gangrene. Rapid spreading infective gangrene of the muscles. Characterized by collection of gas in the muscles. The gas in the muscles and subcutaneous tissue. Interruption. So this is nothing but rapidly spreading infective gangrene of the muscles, especially characterized by collection of the gas. That's why it is called as gas gangrene. Gas means there will be a gaseous collection will be there under the muscle and subcutaneous tissue. So that's why you can hear with the stethoscope also that gas if you move. So that is the system. The causative. Whenever there is an infection, then you have to know causative organisms or Clostridium velicae, Clostridium perfringens, Clostridium, CLOSTRIDIUM, Clostridium perfringens, PERFRINGENS, perfringens or Clostridium velicae. WELCHII. Clostridium velicae. This is also called. This is very much commonest organism, which will be constituting about 60%. And other organisms, Clostridium septicum, CL and రాసుకోండి సరిపోదు. CL అంటే Clostridium septicum, SEPTICUM, Clostridium septicum, Clostridium edematins, OEDEMATIENS, Oedematis, Clostridium histolyticum, 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 and these are nothing but gram-positive anaerobic spore-bearing bacilli. So anaerobic bacilli, that means which grows in the absence of the air. So that's why anaerobic, N air, obic. So that means usually for anybody, even if, including human beings, we require oxygen to survive. But here, this is anaerobic organism because it survives and it divides and redivides, especially in case of when oxygen is not there. So that is the danger in this. So that's why whenever there is a oxygen saturation in the tissue is lowering, then the growth will be more faster. So that is the main danger in this. So these are the and wherever there is a, so what where it happens, so this is only develops in the wounds where there is extensive laceration and devitalization. Laceration means జారి పడ్డారు గీర్కపోయింది, deep laceration. So there is a very lacerated injury, so where there is extensive damage to the tissue and even the skins, even there may be loss of subcutaneous tissue and even exposure of the muscle also, and some part of muscle also may get eroded. So during that laceration, so that means or due to cut, any rough cut or any fine cut, whatever it may be. And there is a one more important is devitalization of the muscle tissue. Devitalization means usually it happens when this devitalization means there will be loss of blood supply that leads to the that vitality. So that becomes dead tissue. That is nothing but when there is a blood supply is not there, and usually it is during the crush injury. It is very much common because in the crush injuries there will be devitalization of the tissue will be there, because due to crush, so there will be even blood vessels, nerves, and including everything will be crushed, and there will be release of the nitrous oxide and ammonia. So that will be there. So that's why there will be very much common in the this crush injuries. This is where there is more blood, this devitalization of the muscle mass and gross contamination of the wound. These are the three things. One is laceration, devitalization of the tissue, and third one is gross contamination of the wound. Is also one important, because by the this manured soil or cultivated soil, and even intestines also. This is one more important point. These in the intestines also, these are the common bacteria which will be localizing in the intestines. But whenever there is a infection, so that may enter into the body and causing the infections. So that is one danger. So it is present also in the infection, this intestines. So the factors should so what are the factors? One is entry of the organisms, that is one. And next, condition of the patient should be conditions within the wound should be reaching these organisms, produce toxins, and able to multiply the gas gangrene, and also patient even this immune conditions also will be playing important role. So these produce gas gangrene only possible when there is a multiplication and multiply within a layer of toxin within the skin or subcutaneous sufficiently concentrated to overcome the local defense tissue. As I told, local defense tissue should overcome the toxins. So the toxins are more powerful than the local defense system. Then, so the infection will spread. So that's why this immune system or local defensive system will play important. As in case of diabetes, malignancies, or any debilitated conditions where immunosuppression is there. So in that condition, patient will be, they are more prone for such type of infections. So that's why this is caused by injury to the tissue, and cause the breakdown and lowering of the tissue resistance. So how it happens? There may be injury to the tissue and breakdown of the lowering of the tissue resistance, that is one. And also it may be due to presence of calcium. This is one important, because this calcium which will be derived from the blood clots and also from the soil. So this calcium will cause the destruction of the tissue. This calcium plays important in the necrosis of the tissue necrosis. For this calcium is required, and presence of secondary infection to maintain the anaerobic condition, that is also one important. Any additional organisms also may, if they are associated, so there will be anaerobic infections will be increased, which is suitable for the pH to growth of the gas gangrene. So that maintains the pH. pH is also one important. And the predisposing factors. See, predisposing factors producing gas gangrene. One is hemorrhage and blood clot. So that is one important, because as I told, there is a, when the blood clot or hemorrhage is there, which will be rich in the calcium. So this calcium causes the tissue necrosis. That is, tissue necrosis will be there in that. So that is one important. So that's why wherever there is a increased calcium within the tissue, that causes the gassing. And one more, contamination with the soil. So with that, what happened? The silica and the silica and calcium which are present in the soil, and contamination wounds. So that's why, so there is a manured soil, as I already told, and a Penda Atlantic manured soils or any contamination. So in that condition, that is like animal fecal flora, whatever it may be, and which causes the enough Clostridium organisms are there in that the manured this fecal flora or soil, and all these things. These are Clostridium velshae is very much common. And laceration and crush injuries, as I told previously, now only. So there is a laceration and crush injuries. Laceration, deep lacerated injury, where there is a even skin circulation, a part of muscle also may involve. So that is laceration, and also maybe crush injuries are very much common, because with that there will be deep-seated contamination will be there. That contamination and dirty splinters and fragments of the bones also may be there, which causes the infection. And infection of the Clostridium, and also even secondary infection also may prevail, which causes the increase of this thing. And one more is, the fourth point is presence of other organisms. As I told, there is a not only this thing, the other organs also which changes the pH, as I already told. So that is Staphylococcus infections, Streptococcus, Proteus group. So which causes the aerobic bacilli. So when these are the aerobic bacilli, so that is anaerobic bacilli. So that means whenever there is a aerobic bacilli, so which to grow, accordingly this is the opposite. This gram positive and negative are the opposite organisms. These require oxygen to grow. So but Clostridium, which does not require oxygen, when oxygen saturation is less lowered, then the Clostridium will increase. So that's why what happens, whenever there is a secondary infection, that consumes more oxygen. When consumes more oxygen, there will be oxygen saturation will be fall down within the tissue. So thereby, so again this Clostridium will increase. That is the opposite action. So that's why when oxygen is lowered, so then the Clostridium will gain more this media for this growth. So the, and also that leads to the hypoxia, that tissue hypoxia. So these anaerobes, so that's why they increase in the number. And circulatory obstruction. Any one more cause is fifth one is circulatory obstruction. The circulatory obstruction means whenever there is a circulatory obstruction due to any reasons, that means where the circulation is being hampered due to edema, or due to any sometimes, torque apply. So they used to apply మనం బ్లడ్ అది తీసినప్పుడు మనం టార్కెట్ అంటాం. సో దీన్ని ఇట్లా కట్టేసి వాడు ఇక్కడ కడతారు కదా, ఇక్కడ ఒక దాంతో బ్యాండ్ వేసుకొని కట్టేసి ఇక్కడి నుంచి తీస్తారు. దట్ ఈస్ వి కాల్ యాజ్ టార్కెట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ టార్నికెట్. టార్నికెట్ అంటాం, ఇట్లా కట్టిన దాన్ని టార్నికెట్ అంటాం. సో దట్ టార్నికెట్ when it is applied, especially when you are doing any lower limb surgery or upper limb surgery, when they require because they have to do operation, suppose any tendon is cut, also when the tendon is being repaired, during that time that takes even 1 hour or 1.5 hours. So that's why, so in that condition, whenever you are doing surgery, you cannot do surgery because due to severe bleeding. So that's why to make the bleeding non-bleeding area, so we apply tourniquet and very BP cuff ఉంటుంది కదా. So like that BP cuff, like tourniquet will be there, we'll be trying. That should not be more than applied continuously, not more than 40 minutes. This is important. If you want to continue, again you have to better not to continue. That is important. If you want to continue at least 10 to 15 minutes, again you have to release that tourniquet, then again you can continue. But secondary time is not advisable. But if it is imminent, it is definitely it is required, then you can, after 10-15 minutes time lapse, again you can apply. So this is one important. Where there is a ischemic changes, where there is a loss of blood circulation will be there, any this thing, and pressure or any blood vessel by the tourniquet. So and that also may lead to the gas gangrene. That is one. Inadequate, sixth point is inadequate drainage and exudation in the muscle fibers. Because suppose patient already have told you, so there is a necrotizing fasciitis and in the abscess, where you need to drain the pus which is there. So that's why whenever, if you won't drain it properly, so and if there is again there some portion of the some loculi is left behind within the tissues, so which is not broken down. So after some time, again that may get these fibers may get spread of infection. In addition to that, that is also one important. So that's why the important is you have to drain the abscess very properly, and that should be done. And diabetes, this is one more very much important is diabetes. This is very much because that is having multifactorial. So because there may be glucose laden tissue and immunosuppression, and there may be even there will be atherosclerosis, sclerotic changes will be there. All these factors will be causing, and there will be nerve supply, even nervous system also gets damaged in this. So this nerves, peripheral neuritis. So in that condition, all these condition and pressure, and with all these things, the diabetic wound is very difficult to heal. So that's why, or any other occlusive arterial diseases. Occlusive arterial diseases means anybody can say. Already I have told you, I feel. No. So like TAO, thromboangiitis obliterans, that is Burgess disease or renal disease, where there is a different types of blood vessels, they get obstructed. In that condition, any occlusive disorders of the any vessel, or in the case of, I'll tell you, any edema. Simply I'll tell you, one more important is in the our common practice. Suppose piles are there, in that there may be due to edema, when there is, they have come out, that is they have protruded, that is in the 3rd degree or 4th degree, or in the most commonly in the 2nd degree, when they are coming out, they are gripped, and then what happens, there will be, that is nothing. What is the hemorrhoids? Hemorrhoids are nothing but the tortuous, engorges and dilated blood vessels. So that's why when they are gripped, so what happens, there will be a flow will be occluded. So that occluded, that leads to the gangrene. This is very much common. And also this is one important. So this is, so that's why I'm telling, wherever there is a occlusion of the blood vessels causes this one. And this is already, so these organisms, what I told, even these organisms which are present in the So these organisms will be found in the stools, and also, so that's why, as I told, so that is very much common. These infections will spread to the buttocks, thighs, and into the even perineum also. Thigh wounds also very much. So that's why these areas, whenever there may be even this gas gangrene may be supervened. So this is very much important. Be remember, buttock, perineum, and thigh wounds may get gangrenous. Changes may take place even in this, though it is not, may not be the infected. And gunshot wounds also, bullet wounds. Bullet wounds also may cause, because that goes into the deeper tissues and causing the, this is one more important is bullet injuries also one of the important cause. So with the, in this what happens, there will be exotoxins are released. So these exotoxins release, that is are alpha toxins, collagens, hyaluronidase, and theta toxin, and sencosidine. So these are the some chemical exotoxins they release, causing the gas gangrene, and also even septicemia also may cause. This is the etiology and this thing, and pathology. So what are the pathological changes? So there are some pathological changes are given in the pictorial diagram I have given here. One is the, what is the pathology? First, injury. How it starts? It is as a injury. This injury causes this spreading of anaerobic infections, anaerobic cellulitis. That means this injury causes anaerobic. So in addition to aerobic, this is anaerobic. So cellulitis will be there. This leads to the, there are two changes may take place. One is that is breakdown of the muscle collagen, muscle changes, color changes, and also contraction also will be reduced here, and here the other side damage to the blood vessels. This is tissue and muscle necrosis, and here there will be blood. So that leads to the, again there may be myonecrosis will be taking place. Here also there, due to this changes in the collagen and muscles, that leads to the, again, ischemia, necrosis, gangrene. Ischemia, necrosis, and gangrene. Again, ischemia, necrosis, gangrene. This necrosed tissue will have, so this necrosed tissue will have bacterial, this gram positive negative, and also due to that, so this bacterial growth will be there. So that is secondary infection, that is anaerobic and aerobic. So they act opposite, and Indanke Japa, that leads to the this system. So when these thing myonecrosis and this, so that's why when the color, even color of the tissue is also important. Whenever there is a, first is ischemia, that will be dull red color will be there. So dull reddish, and
Sir,
whenever there is a necrosis, yes.
sorry to interrupt, sir. 5 minutes లో కట్ అయిపోతుంది సార్ అది.
సరే, అయితే నేను బ్రేక్ తీసుకుంటా. ఇప్పటికైతే ఎందుకంటే వినండి ఇంతవరకు. ఆయన
ఓకే సార్.
నెక్రోసిస్ గ్రీన్ కలర్, అండ్ నెక్స్ట్, and one more, when the gangrene is there, then it turns into the black color. That tissue will turn into the black color. So ultimately this leads to the multiplication of the organisms, and that is leads to the one is extensive edema. So that is nothing but as a inflammatory action, extensive edema, and gangrene of the limb of the muscles, and spreading of the infection. Gangrene, spreading of infection, and also there will be production of, if bacteria. So that is production of the bacteria by which releases hydrogen sulfide and ammonium, which causes the gas gangrene. So that leads to the septicemia. This is one danger, because ultimately these infecting these muscles and infection, this patient may land into septicemia. This septicemia leads into the DIC and other multi-organ failure. Patient may land into the multi-organ failure also. So this is the pathology, what happens in the important, this is important, and also clinical features. The general clinical features, local features, general features. In the local features, there will be local features. Write down local features. Severe pain and gross edema of the wound, severe pain and sutured wound under the tension. So this also happen in the post-operative wounds also. That's why from the wound side there will be discharge. There will be from slimy yellowish or greenish discharge will be there, and there will be thin brownish fluid escapes from the sweet odor with sweet odor sweet గా దాని నుంచి వెళ్తుంటుంది. That is one important. And palpable crepitus means if you press over that there will be karkara అని శబ్దం వినబడుతుంది. When you are doing this when the both hard surfaces are like both bones are gritting together, that is we call as crepitus. That is the important feature of the fracture. So like that, because due to gas it gives gases, this crepitus. And color changes of the muscles, as I told in దానికి చెప్పాను నేను, the bright redder, green or blackish color also may be changed, and skin becomes khaki colored due to hemolysis. Khaki color, this is one. And one more general features, that is anxious and alert, this is one. And there may be rise of temperature, and pulse rate also will increase. BP will be fall, hypotension and vomiting, and mentally patient normal in the initially, then he may lose as the increased septicemia, even mental derangement also will be there. And also there will be low grade fever also may be there. These are the normal this thing. And so all these factors will contribute the all the lowering of the oxygen. So this is very much important. And the clinical features and investigations, one investigation, direct microscopic examinations can be done with this taking the smear. So అక్కడి నుంచి కొంచెం smear తీసి